So when I was thinking about this last night, I came up with an acronym just because I'm a former military guy, former government guy. Sometimes acronyms makes it a little bit easy to think about key foundational components, which I think are important in any of these plans. So bear with me now, but the acronym I came up with was SERIOUS, like SERIOUS, and the components of that are your plan has to be safe, it has to be effective, it has to be repeatable. But the last four are ones that I want to expound upon just a little bit. For the I, inclusive. So one thing that's been learned throughout this time period is the fact that oftentimes business entities will make a strategy or a business continuity plan that only affects their department and the things that they currently have direct ownership over. What I'm talking about inclusive is that there's a lot of dependencies. So we talk about supply chain, we talk about all the other variables in that scenario. So you have to be inclusive of all the verticals, recognizing that it's not just your business that's impacted, it's your partners. Like if you take the league, for instance, we have a variety of different third-party vendors who are intertwined into our ecosystem. So whatever plan you put in place has to be inclusive of that, to include things like building maintenance, facility, responses, what have you. The O has to be official, meaning that whatever plan that comes out, has to go across all leadership, and everyone has to agree that this is the strategy, and that leads right into the U in this, and that's uniform. Um, Much like the bubbles that a lot of the other sports organizations are trying to establish, if you're rolling out a plan, particularly when you're dealing with infectious disease, it has to be uniform across the different business verticals. The moment that one group in that vertical decides to do something entirely different, it causes the rest of your plan to lose its credibility and its relevance. And then last but not least, and I want to make the distinction between repeatable and sustainable. The other thing that we've come to the realization of is that pandemic was not necessarily in a lot of folks' budget for the year. So COVID-19 and all the associated stuff with that wasn't part of the plan. So we were talking about sustainability, and you're thinking about return to work, or for us, return to play. Getting your hands on things such as PPE, which I know we're going to talk about a little bit later, like PPE, your testing protocols, what kind of vendors you bring in for things such as temperature testing. All of that has cost, and all of that has to be sustainable through the length of time in which your crisis is going on. And then you had to think about the second and third order effects, which is like the 3 months plan. Do we have enough for 3 months? Do we have enough for 6 months? Do we have enough if we go backwards, like we're starting to see right now? All of that has to be part of the foundation of your plan. And if you put all those in motion, not saying that it's going to be 100% successful, but at least your business leaders will be thinking about the right things.